Matt, I appreciate you joining me, man. I just want to say right off the bat, it was Bruce Buffer that put us together and introduced us and got the ball rolling. I think anytime Bruce Buffer's involved in something, I get excited about it. So I just wanted to give you the opportunity to give me the pitch because I've been trying to explain millions.co to different people. There's so much, and it entails so much. And I love the line on there. You know, it's the leading social commerce and video platform connecting the sports world. It's very well stated. I think that's a great description of it. But to just lay it out and people say, "What is it?" What do you tell them? What is it?
Hey, thanks for having me. And you're right. You know, Bruce is the man. He joined as a co-founder. Well, we were kind of pre-launch, but at its core, Millions is a social commerce platform. So it allows any athlete to spin up their own brand literally in minutes and be selling and transacting merchandise, so hats, caps, hoodies. But we didn't really want to stop there. We were solving a problem for our friends when we started the company that they were literally printing stuff off at their local print shop and then going to the post office and trying to mail it out to their fans. And we're like, okay, we gotta solve that. So we created the platform originally for merchandising and e-commerce, but then we figured, well, why stop there? Let's add on other products that fans want to engage with their athletes by using. And we decided to create an Ask Me Anything platform. So you can ask your favorite athletes anything. They'll record a video and send it back to you. So you have a personalized video from your favorite athletes. And then we also built we're calling it Watch Stream, but it's basically any athlete can spin up their own pay-per-view for any live stream event. So athletes are doing it mostly to host watch parties right now. So Joe Rogan really popularized doing watch parties. So it's Joe Rogan Fight Companion. And we have athletes doing those for all kinds of events. So 3 products, start your own brand, start your own merchandise, and e-commerce with no inventory, video Ask Me Anything, and then Watch Stream your own pay-per-views.
That's awesome, man. It's a cool range of products. Like you said, a great way to interact, a great way to support athletes. And I think what's really cool about it for us in the MMA space is that you're starting this in the combat sports space. I know, eventually you'll like to branch out to other sports as well, but you got Bryce Mitchell and Jamal Hill from the UFC are already involved. You got, I noticed Jaleel Willis, Hannah Guy from Bellator already involved as well. So, I mean, some combat sports names. So why did you pick the combat sports space to get started in?
Well, those are the only sports that we, the founders, really love and are passionate about. And I mean, listen, I'm Canadian. I grew up playing hockey my entire life, but I started boxing when I was about 16 or 17, opened a boxing gym with my younger brother, who's one of the co-founders. So, we're diehard boxing fans. The gym that we opened, this will age me a little bit, but like 15 years ago, it's still open. So, we love boxing. We love MMA. We've trained kind of at the national level, done training camps. So we just naturally started there. And the 4 athletes that gave us the idea, they were all professional boxers and MMA fighters that we knew from the boxing gym that we owned. So that's why we started, because we're just huge fans. And it's kind of great to scratch your own itch. Like, we wanted to buy all this merchandise. So it was just a great confluence of events.
Yeah, I'm still protective of the MMA space, I think. You know what I mean? I like people that come from within the industry and build things up versus somebody that invented something somewhere else and tries to port it over to MMA, because I feel like they don't really understand our space so much. Do you feel like you bring kind of a unique perspective knowing that combat sports is, your passion?
Well, we get the game. So the boxing gym opened when I was 22. And that was like literally my first business. And we get what fighters are dealing with. Like, for example, the athletes that I was telling you about, one, so his name's Albert Bell. He's kind of top rank signed, literally one of the best in the world. He's right now sparring with Vasily Lomachenko. He couldn't sell online. It was like, we got to solve this for our friends. And all of our friends are in MMA and boxing. And another one was Castillo Clayton. He's an Olympian competing at the highest level, and we couldn't buy his shirt online. So it's like, hey, we got to solve this. And then we just thought, like, how cool would it be to get a video talking about what his training camp was like, or getting a video talking about, his predictions for the next fights. And we've seen all kinds of crazy Ask Me Anything items come in. So we've seen people, like, literally one guy was like, I'm betting $10,000 on the fight this weekend. I know you sparred against the guy. Tell me what's going to happen. And, the guy nailed it. He got it. So the guy won his 10 grand.
That is amazing. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Right. And this has been such an
Yeah.
interesting discussion. How does a guy like Logan Paul get himself involved in a fight with Floyd Mayweather? Well, the answer is the guy marketed the heck out of himself, right? He made himself popular. He made people care about him. And it is such a challenge, right? In the space to I don't know, to get people to know you on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on social media and all that. I mean, does this feel like it's a better opportunity or a better platform? Is that the way you see it for somebody to really, I don't know, kind of develop this personality? I'm not saying become the next Logan Paul with hijinks and that sort of thing, but to help grow your brand in a way that it maybe hasn't been able to be done before.
Well, here's just a great case study or anecdote. So Bryce Mitchell was going back and forth. I think it was with Conor McGregor on Twitter over who's a better fisherman in MMA, and we were able to capitalize on that. One of his fans did an AMA, asked him why he's the best MMA fisherman, and that video went viral. So the fan posted it; it went viral. Now there's a shirt like the king of MMA fishing that he launched. So one of our products is in the moment merchandise, where if you have a big knockout or there's a viral moment, you can literally spin up merchandise that'll capitalize on that right away. And we actually saw that with Jake Paul grabbing Floyd's hat, and then he released a line, "Got your hat," and was selling that online within a few minutes. We can do that for anybody that's on our platform. So it's a huge incentive for athletes to be able to capitalize on what we're calling in the moment merchandise, or those viral moments that all athletes kind of come across at some point in their career.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I think about some of the shirts. I remember, when you talk about Mayweather, the 49-1 shirts or the 50-0 shirts,
Yeah.
depending on what they were, right? I mean, that was a situation like that. So to be clear, I mean, these guys that have like a UFC fighter, for instance, you could still make unique merchandise. You just can't use the UFC brand, right? I mean, they can still use, they still retain the rights to their name, so to speak.
Yeah, of course. So one of the guiding principles for us is we think every athlete is an entrepreneur. Their business just happens to be their craft and their sport. But essentially, whether you're on a team or whether you're playing an individual sport, or you don't play boxing or MMA, but whether you're competing in those sports, you're basically responsible for your own career. You're responsible for branding yourself. You're responsible for building up your audience that is going to support you even after you've retired. And one of the watch stream product, like imagine, and this is just like, imagine being able to watch the next fight with Mike Tyson or with Conor McGregor. It would just be so much fun. And some of the watch parties that we've been having, they're unfiltered. So you get it raw, like you're sitting with these guys and you're in their living room with them and just watching these events with them. It's like, this is so cool. We had one guy that had literally fought against the guy that was fighting, and was like, okay, he's going to do this. And sure enough, he did it. So it's like, oh man, it's just been so much fun.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, that brings it to a different level. I mean, when you're watching, a fight with a true expert like that really has the inside knowledge, not just from the outside, that changes the game. So as far as from a fan perspective, if they want to take part in this, I mean, there's no membership sign up or anything like that, right? There's nothing that you have to sign up for, I guess, to be a part of it. You can just head to the website millions.co, and then you kind of select the athletes, I guess, that you want to interact with or help support specifically.
Yeah, you would just go to any of the athlete profiles, and you'll see merchandise that they in some cases just dropped or is obviously available for purchase. Then you can ask them about their training, upcoming fights, and then if they've booked an event coming up, so if they're doing a watch party or doing kind of like an inside my training camp type watch stream, you can just literally one click and you're in. So it's a lot of fun, and it's just a really unique way for fans to be able to connect with their favorite athletes. So we'd encourage any athletes that are watching, come create a profile. It's free, and you can capitalize on those viral moments. You can really connect with your fans, and it's awesome. Like when you sit with one of the pro fighters and they get an Ask Me Anything and really get to tell their story, it's a lot of fun. It's like you record a video that's special to somebody else, and it's fun to do. So it's been a great journey so far.
That's awesome. And I guess should say, by the way, the in the moment marketing type stuff. I mean, you guys actually have designers that'll help do stuff. So you're not expecting these athletes to be like phenomenal graphic designers or anything like that and give you a finished product. They can kind of give you a concept, right? And you guys can get things developed.
Yeah, we've got a full internal design team who specializes in merchandising. So we've come up with just some, like, I'm probably the biggest customer on the platform right now. Like, I've been buying everything because I think it's so cool. So I've got gym shirts for the next 2 years, but there's great merchandise on there. So for any athlete, yeah, if you want some cool new designs or something's happening, like one example that we wish we were around for, like, you know how many red panty night shirts Connor would have sold when he dropped that? Like, oh my God.
You're
So,
absolutely right about
anybody
that.
can do that now. Anyone can do it on the platform. So just create a Millions profile and we can get rocking on it.
Oh my god, I feel bad for Jeremy Stevens, but a "Who the Fook is that guy" shirt, I'm sure would have sold a ton of
Off
those
the
too, man.
shelves, off the shelves. Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. Well, listen, man, I appreciate the time, Matt, that you give me already. I mean, I think the product's a great idea. I really do. When Bruce first started pitching it to me, I said, that's it's actually a really good idea. That solves a lot of problems, and I think it sounds like something that could be the wave of the future. As I said, for these athletes that are really trying to develop themselves, and I think are really starting to realize how important it is to brand yourself. I mean, it's not just about wins and losses anymore, right? It's about building that brand and getting the support of the public, as you said, building an audience moving forward. So I'm pretty excited to see where you guys take this. And from all accounts, not to butter you up too much, but you're a couple sharp characters behind the scenes as well. So I'm excited to see where you have it.
Thanks so much, man. We love the show. This is like a dream come true being on with you. So thanks so much for having us.